It was right around a year ago next week. How about that? When we had Joe Douglas of the Jets, general manager, on the show, and I turned into Chris Farley from the Chris Farley Show. Remember that time you took Sauce Gardner?
That was awesome.
That was awesome. And then, remember, you got Garrett Wilson?
That was awesome.
That was awesome. Remember, you traded back in for Jermaine Johnson? That's awesome. And then you drafted Breece Hall, second round. Without those picks, maybe Aaron Rodgers isn't as interested in coming to the Jets as he clearly was. Just throwing it out there, just spitballing. He's not just coming to go to New York. It's a pretty damn good option. So, my favorite general manager of all time. Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, Del Tufo's been playing the other option all day long.
I'm the general manager of the New York Jets.
That's the floor.
Yeah, that's not good.
Or, wait a minute, that's the ceiling in many ways. All right?
It's a struggle.
Oh, God. Wow. Honestly, John Isaac's voice is a chalkboard to me.
We won't judge job status in the season.
Oh, God. And Mike Tannenbaum obviously could be sitting there going, well, wait a minute. What are you talking about? So, Isaac is the floor. At any rate, Joe Douglas. He gave up a lot for somebody who's pushing 40 and said, I don't want to play anywhere else, and I'm definitely not going back to the team that has me. He did give up 2 spots in the first round, and he gave up a second-round pick, in my estimation, that I didn't even pay attention to. I didn't think they were using that thing, period. And then it's next year. It's rolling the dice. You want to perform as well as you possibly can this year, so a next year's first-round draft choice is easier to swallow. Certainly, it's very easy to swallow when you're staring at something very shiny in a case. That said, when Zach Wilson was clearly struggling last year and clearly exiting the season as, in my mind, non-viable as an option to start the season for the Jets in year 3. Why Rodgers? Out of all the other options, as we all know, they told Derek Carr, you could be a first-ballot Hall of Famer if you come here. And we all know there's Lamar still sitting out there eager, I would imagine, to be signed to an offer sheet. Instead, they go Rodgers. Why is that?
I mean, obviously, Aaron's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play this game, and to have an opportunity to add a player of that caliber, you're always gonna look into it and how it fits within our culture, within our team, and obviously, it goes back to something I said to you guys in Phoenix. It's a real credit to Robert, his staff, and what he's been able to implement with our players and with everyone here, that a player of Aaron's caliber would even want to come here. And so, we're all excited to add someone of his character and his ability.
That's right. He wants to go there. You know what? That's the offensive rookie of the year. That's the defensive rookie of the year. That's an all-pro Quinnen Williams, grown-ass man in the middle. That's Breece Hall, hopefully coming back from a knee injury. And by the way, Mike, apropos of nothing, you're the Rich Eisen Show audio expert. Strong mics or just really heavy fingers on the typewriter, on the keyboard there?
Strong mics and heavy fingers.
So it's both?
It's like when I do this and you yell at me.
Somebody's a very heavy typer.
Yeah.
Every now and then you can hear Mike.
My goodness. Well, I mean, you're a very heavy typer and a breather as well.
Do I breathe heavy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But I wish Joe Douglas could use a visual aid because I would have helped him. Why Aaron Rodgers? Put it up! Why Aaron Rodgers? The rest of the 10 years. Look at this list. Stack one on top of the other. And what do you got? You got one Super Bowl ring from over a decade ago with Joe Flacco and a whole lot of wanting somebody like Aaron Rodgers to show up.
Fitz was good.
So good he's on Amazon a couple years later, and they didn't even make the playoffs. And I love Ryan Fitzpatrick. Get out of here.
10 wins.
And I don't imagine Aaron Rodgers is going to throw. How many interceptions did Fitz throw in Buffalo in that last game where they needed to win to make the playoffs? I'm sure
72,
Mike Hoskins must know.
72.
Because he probably remembers that gift of a game against his beloved Bills. Now, here's the last question. What about Zach? Really? That was asked today? It was.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a great thing for Zach. And, I spoke to you guys at the Combine, and, Zach's ceiling is unlimited. And no one works harder, no one loves ball more than Zach Wilson. And him having the opportunity to really shadow and be with a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback every day, every hour he's in the building, that's a great opportunity and a great experience.
I'll say this as succinctly and respectfully as possible for two reasons. One, we only have a minute to go, and two, it won't take very long. Zach, appreciate what you did for the last 2 years. If we find out that you still are a viable quarterback in the NFL for the Jets, then something's gone wrong with Aaron Rodgers. He's got to play 2 years to make this trade work, and they're not going to make some decision on picking his fifth-year option up based on having him back up Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to see Zach. I want Aaron in there, and I want to make the playoffs, and I want to win the big one. That's what this is about. With all due respect to Zach Wilson, we better not see him play for the Jets in his first contract again. And I don't know how you sign him to a second one. I want Rodgers playing until he's Brady's age. How does that sound? Here endeth the show. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.